Good morning, interwebs. Welcome to another day of I don't know what we're doing. If I've said before, pumpkin spice and coffee is where it's at. So, just trying to, get my real estate license, and we failed the final test. So, cheers to that. Obviously not very happy. This is like the pre-licensing course, but also this is what happens when you just try to speed through things because you want things to get done your way and on your time. And you're like, Olivia, why are you sitting here and telling me this? And I'm telling you this because not everything in life goes according to plan, and not everything goes perfectly. And I don't want to sit someone and be here on the internet and like pretend that my life is perfect and dandy, because it's 100% not. And I like to be open, honest, and transparent, and just say that you have to trust in God's timing of everything and take stewardship. And stewardship means studying more than maybe you want to. But He works everything out. That's what I'm going to keep telling myself. We'll circle back with you. I'm just going to continue to trust that I'm blessed and highly favored, and that everything happens in His timing, not mine. Okay, so we're currently halfway through our run, and I'm hurting a little bit. The goal today is to do like 40 minutes easy, so normally I'd be like, oh my gosh, you have to keep going, but you know what, we can stop for a minute and take a breather, because the goal right now, we can stop and take a minute to breathe, take off our shirt, put our hair in a bun, because the goal is just to be able to get your feet used to like moving for that period of time, because I haven't been able to do that because like my foot's been injured. So I've been trying to do like a lot of walking, like more strength training stuff, but now it's time to start building up that cardiovascular system again. So we finished at like 4 miles. We are a little more than like 10, I think like 10:30. It is very hot. It's 81. I'm assuming the feels like temperature is like 89. So it's hot, but guys, we did it. Thankfully, we have Gatorade. I would use my liquid IV, but I want something cold, and I want something cold now. Probably not the best idea to be wearing dark colors when it's like 80, 90 degrees outside. But what are you gonna do? I don't like seeing sweat, so I don't like seeing me sweat. So maybe I should just find like better shorts that don't show that. That's more so I feel like when I go to the gym and not run. So but the post run pickle or workout pickle just absolutely hits. Turns out that coffee mug from Simple Modern is actually hits when it comes to camera tripods. Because even though I have them, I just still don't use them. IDK what it is. But anyway, I listened to Mike Todd's message this past week about like having crazy faith, and I literally took a picture of, I thought I took a picture or a screenshot. Took a screenshot of like the like my future sports car. My future sports car I'm gonna own. I want a Corvette. And I also took a picture of like this navy blue office, because I eventually want to have a navy blue office when I have my own house, or when I have my house with the future spouse, whenever that may be. But I think it's like important to believe in yourself and trust in certain things, and just, you know that like God isn't trying to give you what you want, he's trying to give you what he wants. And you have to trust, because sometimes the gifts that he had for you aren't the gifts that you picture. They're better, but you wouldn't know that unless you waited for him to give you his gifts, not yours. And there's also, I think, something to be said about like being intentional about like what it is that you want, and just understand the periods. And Chad Veach, I think he spoke on this a little bit before. It's like you just have to focus on, always focus on your why, and always focus on your what. So your why is like, why am I doing something? Your what is like, what is the intention behind this? Like what it is that, what do I actually want, and what do I feel like I'm being called to do? And yeah, what do I feel like I'm being called to do? Like, where do I feel like I'm meant to be? And like, what's my why? What's my purpose? Is my purpose because I want to have $1 million in the bank account? Is my why because I want to serve God and build his house? Is my why because, I want to like be around family, and my why is like my family? Like, why are you doing certain things? And you have to ask yourself, like, is where you are and like what it is that you're doing, is that reallocating like your why or not? And I think a lot of times too, we get so occupied with like where we are, that sometimes like where you are now isn't always going to be where you're going to be 10 years from now. There are people who live in the same town their entire lives. There are people who are Navy brats and have to move around like every couple of years. There are people who just, don't care about a house, and they just want to travel the world and wherever. And your where is like determined to change, but your why shouldn't, because your why at the end of the day is like who you are, what you believe, what is my purpose, am I serving out my purpose? And as long as you are stepping into faith with what you feel like God has called you to do, and sorry, there's like ant on my thing. As long as you are stepping into faith with like what it is that you feel like you're called to do, like you may be met with like tension when you get there, but that's only because the enemy knows that God has blessings for you. And when we step into faith, God multiplies everything. And that's just what you have to trust. And I knew like when I have probably gone through more like being in New York for the past couple years, and like I have for a majority of my life, even though like I've gone through it. But I think eventually like I got to a point and I was like, listen, I don't think I'm as happy in New York as I would be if I was somewhere else. And it just like wasn't working out. Like I've been job hunting, doing all this stuff for a couple of years now, and I just had to accept it and be like, listen, I know that this is a door that's going to close, but it's okay, because like God's my homeboy. I know he's got me. And that's what I would advise to you too, is just like, listen, don't get too caught up on like where you are today. Like everything will come, but take today as the gift. Made it with Melanie. I've literally tried filming a video 3 times this week, and I still have to film it again. Melanie's here. I asked her to bring me dark chocolate chips, and girl understood the assignment.
About to jump in the pool.
Okay, do you want to can we get an outro? Because I need an outro for my video.
True.
Alright, thanks y'all for coming by. Thank you for watching this vlog, even though you get to see Melanie for a whole 30 seconds.
True.
But we both here left New York to come to freedom, so.
Freedom.
Alright, peace and
Peace,
blessings.
love, and blessings.
Bye!